Okay, hello everyone. It's happy to have this opportunity to be with you today. I'm glad to present this presentation. I shall be speaking about a really beautiful piece that I have recently performed, Andante Pastoral at Scherzettino from Taffanel. And I would like to share the experiences and learning process of this piece. My presentation will last for about 12 minutes. I'm going to concentrate on this composition and focus on my study process, and then talk about my experience and progress. Okay, now let me introduce the character of this repertoire. I really like the first part, the Andante Pastoral. The character of this piece is really similar to a Siciliano, which are often lifted rhythms in a minor key and quite slow. We know that some famous Siciliano movements that are also in G minor, such as Bach Flute Sonata in E flat and the French composer Fauré Siciliano. Both of these pieces are really melancholic and give me the impression of night breeze and running water. And we can also use a change of color and different vibrato and left tone to show the contrast. Then the common characteristic of French pieces is the first movement ends on a soft high note. Performers should take care of these notes and move smoothly to the next movement. And as for the pastoral melody, we should notice the first note is picked up into the next bar, not accent or heavy toned. Maybe we should start the note without the tone. Be careful of not stressing the third quarter of each beat, giving a sign to the melody, adding to the melancholic character. And we can also find the opening statement. The basic outline is a G minor chord, so we have to play these pieces with colorful tone. Think about the direction of your air. To keep the tone, you will need to aim the air slightly lower. And the Scherzettino. The beats get really fast here. But the wonderful thing about Taffanel's composition is there is always a strong musical intention behind all the notes. It makes the contrast of these two movements work so well. We can hear melancholic mood and have fun at the same time. This adds to the difficulty of the players. The songs need to be lively without being forced, and that is achieved by a positive and healthy air. For accents and falsetto, aim for charm rather than strength. And the middle part, poco mano mosso, give a melodic contrast to the rhythmic section of both sides. The contrast is achieved by a change of accent and change of the color. It is really important. Okay, now let's move to the next part, why I choose to learn and play this repertoire. As we know, we have different choices in every period of learning. Sometimes it is hard to estimate which is the best fit. So starting from your interest is a good way. I have heard audio materials so many times before. And when I was in my university as an undergraduate student, I took part in some master classes and I have learned this piece before. I think this is a really romantic repertoire with two separate parts. And there are so many technical and lyricism parts in Andante and Scherzettino. And I remember when my tutor recommended this repertoire to me, and I said, "Oh, I really love this melody," as she did. What's more important is this one is also a good practice project for me to improve my ability. So before I learn this repertoire, I know there are some important things that I have to fulfill. I switched on YouTube and Spotify to find and listen the audio. At the same time, I opened the score from the beginning to the end. Then I got an impression and memory of this whole piece. After that, I would make a plan in general. I could estimate how long I could finish all the notes, how long I could play with a regular speed, and then I need to express all the dynamic change of the composition. It's significant to make a plan before you practice it. Okay, and I also have some goals of study this piece. First, I have to understand the background and information of this composer and this piece. Then, when I practice, I need to find problems such as the difficult piece and solve these problems. And finally, summary experiences and feelings is the most important part of my learning process. This step could efficiently help me to get through difficulties in the future study. So let's move on to the background of the composition. The composer, Paul Taffanel, 1844 to 1908, French flutist during the mid-20th century. He dominated much of flute composition and performance. This piece, Andante et Scherzettino, is a representative French repertoire, and it's by this I have learned some other pieces of Taffanel. Then I started to practice. I know that this is an important and popular composition in the history of flute. This is also a piece that I will play in my close recital, so I have to try my best. And I summarized the four main problems. First, this piece is a regular French Romanticism composition. The main characteristic is the two parts are really different. Different speed, emotion need player to get attention. When I play it, I need to change everything in a fast speed. In the andante part, the first one, those are many long phrases with distinct dynamic change. So it is hard to control and keep my breath to fulfill a long phrase to read the melody. And then it's Scherzettino. The speed is fast with so many notes. So I found there is little opportunities to breathe. I have to control breath with high-speed fingers, and so I have to move my fingers in a really fast speed. And now, I would like to look at my summary and reflection after my practice. As I remember, I concerned with this part because it is really helpful for our future study. From the repertoire, it reflects my problems and what I should care and improve. I realize I need basic practice and play flute studies every day. which is the most important thing, such as long note practice, scales, and a brace practice that my tutor taught me in the lessons. They can help me to do much more better and reflect in my performance. Then I really want to talk about the mentality, because I found when I play at my home, when I'm alone, I can be so relaxed, and I can get a good condition to play this repertoire. But when I play to my tutor, sometimes I feel over concentrate and a little bit nervous. So I can't control everything as well as when I play it alone. Our major is performance, so we have to overcome the nerves and keep yourself in a relaxed condition. So after this study period, I think I have get progress and observe experiences. Okay, that concludes our presentation. Now, if you have some questions, please ask me. Thank you very much.